Training mode.
One issue with every character in Melee, Link. At the end of my video about Marth's grab, I showed off Link grabbing an opponent with an insanely long hookshot. Despite the words in plain text that it was real, some of you were still understandably skeptical. Alright, let's do it again, explain how to do it, and make it much, much longer. So how did I increase the length of his hookshot like this? Well, if Link uses his hookshot, then a different sized Link uses their hookshot immediately afterward. The initial Link's hookshot will be way, way longer. This bigger Link was off screen in my video. You can do this with no mods by simply having the second Link eat a mushroom to grow in size. But if you use illegitimate means to make the second Link really, really big, the normal-sized Link can have a ridiculously long, unbelievable hookshot that could nearly rival Puff's back air. One issue with every character.
Who's the lamest player of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you can't do me like this. I can't say, because what if the lamest player of all time is someone who's currently active today?
Lamest of all time.
I can tell you who Mango said after if you're curious. You've
Jesus.
been playing for a long time. Yeah.
But I don't even. Oh, I guess. Well, let me guess. Did Mango say Leffen?
No, he said Hungrybox and Mewtwo King.
It's either Mewtwo King or H-Box.
I forgot Mewtwo King.
He's the OG.
The OG. And I'm like, you're right.
So I wanna give like a prevalent player.
Who's the lamest player of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you can't do me like this. I can't say, because what if the lamest player of all time is someone who's currently active today?
Lamest of all time.
I can tell you who.
Before we start this video, comment down below what character you want to see me make a beginner's guide on. The most popular comment will get a guide sometime later this week, so make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that way you don't miss it. Thank you. Alright, so today I'll be giving you an intro guide to Melee. I know there are probably a lot of Ultimate players that are trying out Melee due to the new rollback netcode, and are probably also curious to see how the games differ in terms of game mechanics. So in this video, I will explain 3 major differences between Melee and Ultimate. The first major differences are the primary defensive options that players use. In Ultimate, dropping shield takes 11 frames, but in Melee it takes 15 frames, and there is no parrying. Combined with the increased shield stun allowing for better shield pressure, Shielding in Melee isn't a very strong option overall. To avoid getting hit, players employ a variety of different movement options to evade attacks. This is preferred since by staying mobile, you can not only evade the attack, but punish it as well, whereas with shielding, you can only punish attacks that aren't safe on shield. In fact, the key to good Melee is good movement and is arguably the most important part to getting good at Melee. The second biggest difference in Melee are the character weight classes. In Melee, fall speed matters a lot when trying to combo and kill your opponents. In general, the faster they fall, the less vertical knockback they receive. This is why Samus, while being much heavier than Fox, tends to die earlier off the top of the stage since she is very floaty, but Fox falls very fast. In addition, despite Falcon being far heavier than Falco, many combos and setups work for both of these characters. On top of this, there are many throws in this game that are weight dependent, meaning that the heavier the character is, the longer the throw animation takes, so this will change the timing for certain follow-ups and even make some follow-ups impossible, such as Fox's up throw up air on Samus, due to her floatiness but also her heavy weight, causing the throw to have more lag. It's important to understand every character's weight and fall speed so you can optimize your follow-ups. Lastly, Melee has far different mechanics when it comes to ledge play and edge guarding. In Melee, there is no ledge trumping or ledge snapping, and with the wrong DI, certain moves can send you flying at downwards angles and leave you in impossible positions to recover. Although if you use the correct DI, you are more vulnerable to combos from weaker hits, so it is a mix-up. However, the most important thing about the ledge is ledge invincibility. If you let go of the ledge, you still retain the invincibility that you had from grabbing the ledge, and if you re-grab the ledge after releasing it, you will regain all your invincibility. So this creates some of the most powerful options in the game when it comes to ledge play. Ledge stalls, ledge dashes, platform dashes, or even just bypassing the ledge altogether and going for an edge cancel on stage. Melee gives the player strong options to come back from a disadvantageous position. Alright, so those are probably the three most important differences between Melee and Ultimate from a mechanic standpoint. Hope you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, this is Coach Bobby with CLG, and today I want to teach you what I believe are the 4 fundamentals of Super Smash Bros. Melee. Excluding invincibility gained from the Angel platform, I believe all of Melee can be broken down into these 4 situations: neutral, punish, edgeguard, and defense. Due to the fast-paced nature of Melee, these situations are constantly interchanging. Once you score an opening in neutral, you transition to the punish game, and then to your edgeguard. If your opponent scores an opening, you switch from the neutral game to defense, looking to mitigate your opponent's combo. Masters of the game have honed the ability to flow seamlessly through each fundamental as the game state changes. My goal with this video is to frame Melee in a structured way that helps even the most experienced players organize their thoughts and perspectives. My hope is that when you examine your own gameplay, you can apply the fundamentals laid out in this video and ask yourself what you could possibly improve on. To begin, we'll start with neutral. Neutral is an ever-evolving risk-reward where you attempt to land an opening through positioning, movement, and move choice. The active neutral commonly involves dancing in and out of a character's threat range, baiting each other to swing. What is a threat range? It is the edge of a character's immediate possible options from any given position, also known as bubble theory. Characters can extend their threat range by using platforms, wave dashing, and a multitude of other movement options. Due to the highly fluid nature of neutral, these horizontal and vertical threat ranges are constantly shifting across the stage. Because of this, neutral becomes a game of hard and soft commitments in order to read your opponent and score an opening hit. To help explain the idea of commitments, I've invited the neutral master himself, CLG SFAT.
Hey guys, SFAT here. Every neutral interaction that takes place after the announcer shouts go falls into one of 2 categories: a hard commitment or a soft commitment. A hard commitment is a decision or read that puts you at risk of being punished in order to score an opening. An example of a hard commitment would be overshooting a grab into your opponent's threat range expecting them to dash attack. If the grab hits, you earn a follow-up, but if it misses, the opponent can easily punish you. A soft commitment is an action that is not immediately punishable by your opponent, that intends to bait a commitment out of them. An example of a soft commitment would be undershooting a fox drill outside your opponent's threat range, then using a plethora of options based off the information you've gathered throughout your games. If your opponent reacts with a hard commitment, you can punish them. If your opponent reacts with a soft commitment, you return to the neutral at a slightly different spacing. Keeping track of how your opponent responds to your soft commitments and how they commit themselves at neutral will allow you to make educated hard commitments and reads.
This concept of hard and soft commitments relies upon you having a high degree of control over your character. The greater your mastery of Melee's movement mechanics, the closer you can thread the needle of your opponent's threat range. Combining the elements of a hard commitment and a soft commitment, we have an edge cancel approach. By edge canceling an aerial on the lip of a platform, you can instantaneously cancel your attack and make yourself actionable. You can use this to extend your threat range, add dimensions to your approach, and mix up your landing timing. Edge canceling is extremely powerful against characters with a low vertical threat range. In order to defend against an edge cancel approach, you would need to call out the edge cancel early or give up center stage entirely. Platforms can be utilized to reposition or attack versus characters who have low mobility or poor platform poking. However, be careful when taking to the platforms versus characters such as Marth and Falcon, who receive huge reward for calling out your platform movement at higher percents. Speaking of percentages, the ever-evolving nature of the neutral game has to do with how much damage you or your opponent has taken. Different offensive and defensive options will open up to you based on percentage, and having a knowledge of these percents will help you understand what moves will lead to a follow-up during neutral. Hitting a clean opening will transition us to our second fundamental, punish. First, let's define what I mean by a clean opening. A clean opening is a hit that will knock down or launch your opponent, oftentimes leading to a follow-up. Launcher is a term used in traditional fighting games to describe launching your opponent into the air for a combo. If you've ever been pillar comboed by a Falco, consider each shine a launcher. A knockdown happens when a move's knockback value passes the 80 knockback threshold and sends the character into a tumble state. This value is manipulated by character weight, stale moves, smash charge, and most importantly, percent. By knowing what percentage your move will launch or send a character into tumble, you know what percent you can start using that move to earn follow-ups. Simple, right? If only it were that simple. Crouch canceling and ASDI down can also affect a move's interaction. Crouch canceling will lessen the knockback value by 1/3, leaving bad aerials open for a punish. ASDI down will prevent the character from being launched within its percent threshold. With the prevalence of ASDI down in tournament level play, you can assume that your opponents are holding their C-stick down anytime they're at risk of being hit. This includes during your combos too. With these modifiers in mind, when we approach the punish game, we're looking for moves that will not just earn us a hit, but an opening. In Fox vs Falco, when Falco is grounded at 7%, any aerial or smash attack that we hit Falco with can be ASDI down, allowing Falco to shine us out of our attack. That means when Falco is at this low percent, our punish options are limited to shine, drill, grab, or tacking on more percent with stray bullets and hits. Luckily, grab cannot be crouch cancelled or ASDI, so the option is always on the table. As we start to rack up more percent on Falco, more of our moveset begins to break his ASDI, and our possible openers expand. Powerful options like soft hit and air begin to knock Falco down, and the risk-reward becomes lopsided in Fox's favor. Once we take Falco's stock, his percent will reset and so will our possible openers. We then must rack up percent again through stray hits or our low percent openers to get him back to that juicy combo percent. With our newfound knowledge of percents, let's take a broader look at the Punish game. Melee is a game of common situations, and all the top tier characters have a percent-based punish flowchart for each of these situations. Understanding your character's combo routes from an open ground grab, a platform tech chase, or after crouch canceling a get up attack will open up your fundamental punish game. Knowing the different trajectories and outcomes of your main combo moves, plus utilizing soft and reverse hits to keep your opponent close to you, will all help expand your punish. From there, it's hard to give sweeping advice on the punish game except know the matchup's kill conditions. If you are a Falcon versus Spacey, tech chase opportunities can lead to a stomp knee or a double knee that will instantly close out the stock. If you are a Sheik versus a Spacey, instead, tech chase opportunities can help rack up percent and send the Spacey off stage for an edge guard. How you set up for a kill in the matchup is based on your character's strengths and available confirmations. Finally, a combo doesn't end when you can no longer hit the opponent. It ends when the opponent returns to neutral. Choosing to send your opponent above you during a combo can set up for sharking opportunities and artificially extend your punish. Because of the 4 frames of landing lag incurred by most characters, landing in Melee becomes a game of cat and mouse. By positioning underneath a falling character, you can call out their limited landing options and re-establish your punish. Your opponent can attempt to trick the Sharker by utilizing edge cancels and air dodges, but players like Zane have made a living off of catching falling characters. The punish game lasts for as long as you can exert control over your opponent on stage. But when the fighting transitions off stage, we examine our third Melee fundamental, edgeguard. Edgeguarding is the act of keeping your opponent off stage. By denying your opponent their recovery resources, you can simplify the recovery into easily recognizable situations. Based on the height and relative position of your opponent off stage, you can set up for one of 2 edgeguarding styles: aggressive reads or defensive positioning. When an opponent is close to the ledge after being sent off stage, apply the aggressive read style of edgeguarding, as the situation is virtually unreactable. This style hails back to the common situations that we talked about in the punish section. As both players become more aware of the possible counterplay options, the mix-up game compounds by the ledge. The second style of edgeguarding is defensive positioning, or shadowing. This is where you mirror the opponent to deny immediate recovery options.
This is what a normal jump, also known as a full hop from Fox, looks like. And this is a short hop. Short hopping, while not an advanced technique, is an important mechanic to know in Melee, and it is harder to perform than other Smash games. There's also some important information about short hopping that new players should know. To perform a short hop, you must input either Y, X, or up on the left stick, and release the jump input within 2 frames of your character being airborne, otherwise you'll input a full hop. I recommend using Y or X to jump because it's much more consistent than using tap jump. Whether you use Y or X is up to personal preference. I personally use the X button only because I hold my controller like this and use my thumb for everything, so this just feels the most natural. But most pro players actually use the Y button. Another popular way of holding the controller is called the claw grip, and with this grip, it's most natural to jump with the Y button so you don't have to curl your finger inwards to press X. Unlike Smash Bros. Ultimate, not every character has the same amount of jump squat frames. This is the amount of frames in between a jump and actually being airborne. The characters that only have 3 frames of jump squat are Fox, Ice Climbers, Kirby, Samus, Sheik, Pichu, and Pikachu. The characters with a 4-frame jump squat are Dr. Mario, Luigi, Captain Falcon, Ness, Young Link, Mr. Game & Watch, and Marth. The characters with a 5-frame jump squat are Peach, Yoshi, Mewtwo, Falco, Jigglypuff, DK, and Roy. Zelda, Link, and Ganondorf all have a 6-frame jump squat, and Bowser is the only character in the game with a staggering 8 frames of jump squat, completely skipping 7. Let's take a look at Fox. Fox has a 3-frame jump squat, meaning if you haven't let go of your jump button by the 3rd frame, you will input a full hop.
Failure.
2 frames is not a very lenient window to work with, making short hopping with characters such as Fox and Sheik harder than 4-frame characters like Marth and Falcon. To practice short hopping, start with a 5-frame jump squat character like Falco and just short hop in place. Then, try short hopping out of a dash or a run. Next, do multiple short hop aerials while standing still. Then finally, perform moving short hop aerials in succession.
Success!
Short hopping is a necessary technique for Melee. It allows you to threaten a lower area with an aerial than a full hop would allow. It also allows for techniques such as the shuffle or short hop fast fall L cancel to apply safe pressure on shields. You need to be able to throw out a short hop aerial whenever to continue a combo or quickly shark an opponent. If you find yourself full hopping a bunch, it's because you're not letting go of the jump input quick enough. It should just be a quick tap of the jump button and an immediate release. If you still need help practicing short hopping or you feel like I left out some crucial information, make sure to leave a comment below and I'll try to get to everybody. Thanks for watching.
I tried to teach my friend Melee in 5 hours, and then had him compete at a local to see how he did. Oh, and the local's in another country, because why not? Everyone says Melee is hard, but are they right? Well, obviously. But I want to show people that the barrier to entry isn't as high as you might think. That's why the goal of this challenge is to get my friend Tucker, a full-time working adult who spends a little bit too much time on the Rift, to the point that he can play and have fun against an average tournament goer, understand what's going on, and see the fun that comes from improvement. We definitely don't expect him to win a set, but that doesn't mean we can't try. So first, we need a plan of action. The first step is to choose a character, and sure, some people have done research into the best character for newcomers. Some say it's best to try everyone and see who clicks. Well, fuck that, he's learning Sheik. Why? Well, I actually thought about it a lot. I think Sheik gives you the most Melee experience without advanced tech, because, I mean, there's no shot we had the time to teach him anything close to wave dashing or L cancelling. However, Sheik's basic combos are very natural and intuitive. F-tilt fair, down throw fair, dash attack up air or forward air are all things I believe Tucker could get his head around before the tournament. Another big plus of Sheik is that at the lower levels you aren't going to get comboed too hard, so he won't get stuck in a combo game simulator. Hopefully. I did contemplate characters like Jigglypuff and Marth, but I thought while Puff is good to pick up and learn, with just 5 hours, I see him holding forward and getting whacked away and dying at 50% without any DI. And Marth, I felt the F-smash could become, well, over-centralizing, as well as the recovery being a bit tricky of a concept that could end up wasting our time. So with the character decided, I hopped in a call with Tucker and just told him to hop right into a game with Sheik against a level 9 CPU, so we could have a reference for what we're working with. It went about as well as you'd expect. Tucker has played Smash casually in the past, but there was still a lot of mashing, and not really knowing what any of his moves did. But seeing this was good, as I knew I hadn't been wrong in my prep with Step 2, what to practice. These 5 hours are going to be spread out over the week. As I said, he's a full-time working adult, and I want to make this video work for just about anyone. Whenever people talk about Melee, people are like, learn L cancelling, learn to wave dash, and while that's cool and all, some people don't even know how the moves work. And so, that's our first target. Explain how moves and directions work. Luckily, Tucker picked up the moves quickly, but just knowing is half the battle. We need to get it ingrained into his muscle memory. This is something I learned when I tried to pick up Guilty Gear. I realized that I was thinking about my basic slashes, punches, and kicks during games and not remembering what button did what, and this caused me to mash, which is the enemy of any new fighting game player. Honestly, this is the main thing I wanted him to get down first. Luckily, we're doing this over 1 hour sessions, so we have plenty of time to let it sink in overnight. We honestly saw pretty quick improvements, and he got to grip with the moveset pretty quick, so I gave him one extra challenge. I wanted to see if he could learn to short hop. My logic for this is that if he could manage this, it would allow him to wall out opponents more effectively, as well as it being a simple one-input tech to give the gratification of learning something new. But with that, there isn't much else I can do for him. With a tight schedule, he squeezed in as much as he could, and then we headed to Greece. For the reasons for that, check out my other video after you're done with this one. And so, with 1 day to go before the tournament, we got training. During this last practice session, I was really impressed with Tucker's progress. He had really solid control of his character and was linking those moves together for simple combos I mentioned earlier. We had one main issue though. Every time Tucker grabbed with Sheik, he would always forward throw or up throw, and for some reason this was just in his brain like a little parasite. And even when playing against characters I told him down throw was a guaranteed kill, it wasn't happening. So there was a lot of reminders for that. But he had also managed to get the hang of short hopping as well. Just as many of you know, knowing how to do something and implementing it into your game are very different. So ideally tomorrow, we want to see some of both of those things. And so, came tournament day. The local was only 12 players, so I knew he would likely as a bottom seed have a strong first opponent. And unfortunately, it was a Falco player. A notorious, noob-crushing character due to those lasers. And so, that went well. But we knew this would happen. Unfortunately, Falco just isn't fun to play against until you understand laser counterplay. However, his next opponent might be a bit easier. Unfortunately, it wasn't. It was a player by the tag of Barbarous, a lovely guy Tucker was playing friendlies with way before the local even started. So, unfortunately, we knew that this probably wasn't going to be winnable. However, Barbarous picked his Dr. Mario. Now, there's hope. Maybe Tucker can take one game.
Down for quarter. He did it. Oh. How's it going?
Good, to be honest. That was way more fun playing against the Falco.
Hey, yeah, I mean,
I was happy with a couple of my moves, at least.
Yeah, you had some moves, yeah. Honestly, pretty impressive, pretty good. Pretty good.
I remembered my down throw.
Tucker barely just doesn't close out that third game. But he did say he had a lot of fun, and he was actually able to do the one thing we had hoped for. For the rest of the local, Tucker played friendlies with some other players who went 0-2, and was actually able to beat some of them who knew tech like wave dashing. But most importantly, afterwards I asked him if he had a good time, and if he enjoyed playing the game. And he said, yes, he actually had a lot of fun, even when losing, as long as it wasn't against Falco. And he would also be willing to do even another video practicing for a month. So not only did we get someone with a passing interest in Smash into the game in a few hours, they had fun and even want to play more. He improved a hell of a lot in that short time, and was even beating some of my secondaries by the end of the trip. So just goes to show that maybe this game might not be as intimidating as some people make it out to be. So if you're curious about trying Melee, just give it a shot. You don't have to do much, and if you think it's your thing, you can always venture into the more advanced stuff when you feel comfortable. Just give it a chance.
Switch to TurboTax and file your own taxes free in the app if you didn't file with us last year. Just file with TurboTax Do-It-Yourself by February 28th. Download now.
Tell me why.
You already know how it ends.
Well, then start from the beginning.
Ticks. Thoughts. impulses. I manage to suppress them most of the time.
What's going on, Ben?
Wait. What the hell happened to him?
I beat up some guys in a bar. And I got plastered.
What are you thinking about over there?
Bit of an existential crisis, if I'm honest.
Struck a nerve, huh?
Welcome to Smash Bros. Melee, one of the hardest games to get good at on this planet. To get to the top level of this game takes years, and most people never even come close. As for me, I've been playing for 8 whole years, and I'm like them. I have never had a crazy tournament run or a wild upset. Just your average Joe competitor, the dream of becoming a top player, merely just that. My dream, however, has always been to just once, instead of being the one cheering. No way! No way! To be the guy being screamed for. To even just once feel like the main character. And the perfect opportunity is coming right up with Arcadia, the national UK and Ireland Arcadian. A best of the rest tournament where only unranked players can compete. A chance to shine for the average Joe.
Oh! Do it! Oh! Yeah! Jesus Christ! Holy shit!
I'm by no means expected to get even close to top 8 at this event, so over the next few months I'm going to figure out how an old man like me can learn some new tricks and figure out if it's possible for a working adult to get good at a game as hard as Melee, all while documenting the whole process for you guys. The goal? Achieve my dream of a run all the way to top 8 at Arcadia, or even better, to take it all home. My name is Shayla, and this is the story of how I tried to achieve that dream.
Faulkner Buick GMC in Harrisburg has the best deals on new trucks and SUVs. Choose 0% financing on GMC Sierra or take up to $13,000 off. Drive home Buick Envista. Lease just $299 a month. And new Terrains are only $349 a month at Faulkner. Get started saving today at Faulkner Buick GMC in Harrisburg. Online at FaulknerBuickGMC.com to be sure.
今日はどんな冒険をしたい？一緒に前線を押し上げていこう。傷を癒すわ。やっ！甘いよ。全部倒して突っ切りますから。今回の MVP はなんと私。っていうのはどうですか？
So what's the plan? Didn't you just say how hard this game is? Is this even possible? I'll get there. First, how about I give you some perspective on myself and the competition. At the last Arcadian a year ago, my local top player Ants placed second. That's a great benchmark, so how do I rack up to him in comparison? Well... pause that, I see some game 5s in there. I also have managed to rarely beat some of the other players in this top 8. Kinda. they were definitely one-offs, and they have without a doubt improved since then, and will be gunning for this one. Whereas myself, I've been a bit consumed. You spend all day thinking about Melee. Kind of the last thing you want to do at the end of the day to relax is to just play more, you know? So at the time of writing this, I'm just a wincy bit rusty. But let's go to a tournament and see how I do. Luckily, there's one just this weekend. So let's go. Well, that wasn't terrible. I didn't do anything crazy, but I think I showed myself that I had potential. However, I did get kind of absolutely rinsed by Lima Bean, a Falco from the Southwest who I think is easily top 8 contention for this Arcadian. It's clear that if I want to get good enough to be able to show guys like him some competition, I'm gonna need some help. Frenzy is the best player in the whole of the UK and is the 44th ranked player in the whole world at the time of writing this. Also, he's a pretty popular coach over on Metafy. Wink, 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 wink. I'm really bad at winking. And he's also agreed to give me some lessons in the lead up to the Arcadian to hopefully give me some well-needed direction to help me achieve my goal. We've got about 60 days, 65 days, something like that.
60 days to top 8.
Yeah.
I think it's doable. I think this one is a lot closer in skill level, and like I just feel like there's enough tools available today that you can have a big growth as a player like really quick. So yeah, I think you can get definitely top 8. Actually winning the event might be a bit of a stretch of my skills and your skills. But I think we can get top 8. I do actually think that. So.
Okay. All right. I like the positivity. In just one lesson, Frenzy would set up all the framework I need. We identified how much time I have, what the most important things are for me to get better at in the time, and how to make that as easy as possible for me. For instance, instead of learning a more frame-tight way for me to refresh my ledge invincibility, for me to get my ledge dashes onto the stage, we decided to go with just a simple drop and jump. While this is technically worse, in 2 months, it's probably the best we can hope for. So, with a solid schedule in place, I was ready to get on that grind. But almost as soon as I was given the prep, I had another tournament which I planned before I actually even thought of this video, and that's the EU Major Tournament, Valhalla, in Denmark. So, how would I do? Quick crash course for those Americans watching. Over in the UK and most of Europe, it's standard that we do round-robin style pools, meaning you play everyone in your group and the top 3 players make it out based on your win rate. Now knowing this, how did I do at Valhalla? Well, that was certainly humbling, but I did learn some really important things. So, not to make excuses, but to make excuses...
Please, no Johns.
I had to do an hour and a half of dubs into immediately then hopping on an hour and a half of commentary with no break, and then after I got off commentary, immediately go play my pool with no break again for food or drink. And because of that, I played some of the worst Melee I think I have played in years. This was kind of just a great reminder on how controlling the external factors are to have a good tournament run. Comparing my condition to Crescendo is just night and day. This will without a doubt be an important reminder going into the Arcadian. Another thing I think was important was I played friendlies versus Prisson. You know, the guy who won that whole tournament. And the dude is like absolutely nothing else. He's so fast, he's so oppressive, that if I could learn to even slightly withstand him, every other player would probably just feel slow by comparison on some Dragon Ball shit, you know? At least that's my theory. For now though, let's actually get on that grind using Frenzy's practice schedule, and I'll report back to you guys in a couple of weeks. You know, I really should have changed my clothes or something to kind of depict the passage of time, but I kind of just wrote the script, and I should have maybe recorded it as I went as well, but here we are. I wrote the script as I went, so I promise you I'm saying these things as I wrote them in the time frame, but I'm kind of just here now talking it all through with you as a narrator, so pretend it's that time, please. I'm sorry if that breaks the immersion. I just wanted to say, in case you say in the comments, stop typing that comment. Also, I'd really appreciate a subscribe. Thank you, begging on my knees, please. Anyway, Thank you. So now it's been 3 weeks since I started this challenge, and I'm already feeling a lot of improvement. It's crazy. I've been to a few locals and an online tournament, but I haven't really been dropping days for practice, only 1 or 2 maybe a week. The main focus of my practice routine and most obvious improvement has been my ledge play. I'm just way more confident there, and dying to stupid options just way less. I'm also utilising the platforms way more to my advantage, thanks to just practicing moving on them. Crazy! I can feel my combos have improved a lot as well because of that. I have a meeting with Frenzy today to sort out what to change in the routine just based on my gameplay, what I've gotten better at so far.
The big one was way dodge out of shield punishes. I genuinely felt like I was trying to punish like Fox and like Marth from like a slight distance away, not like shooting right in their face, like shooting a little like on the tip of their move.
Yeah.
And it feels like extremely hard without notches to get the wave dash length.
Are you shield angling when you do it?
No.
Okay, well that'll be why.
I see.
Because if you're already angling like this, you're already ready to get that angle.
I didn't think about that. You're right. Yeah.
One thing I'd say you could add to it actually, because I've been recommending this to a few people now, is just to do exercise.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you do that at the moment, but I think that's just a very good tool for like pulling all of this together and just focusing on like doing different moves to hit the eggs and just trying to get, you know, as many as you can in.
I trusted Frenzy's words, and I soldiered on with the plan, hoping that eventually this stuff would just click. However, the first big obstacle of the video would rear its head, and that's work.
Give your nonprofit the productivity apps they know and love. Eligible nonprofits now get a 75% discount on Microsoft 365 Business Premium. Get started by clicking the link or visiting us at Microsoft.com/nonprofits.
Okay, just ending my day in bed. No, I don't sleep for a shirt on. I just didn't want to flashbang you with my chest. So this is the end of the week from when I recorded that segment, and I have done my practice every day. I've recorded every single day, which is really good of me. I'm really happy with that because it's been a real tough week. I've got to try and get this video out, and I'm sure hopefully by the time this video comes out, that video will be out. I'm working all day, every day. Like, I mean, I don't know most of the time, but now it's like no time for breaks, just full on all the time. And so finding the little breaks that I can use to practice is pretty hard, but we're doing it. It's not something I've really ever done before, and I've normally come to think I'm like, I can't play. No play here. None to be found. No play, only work. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool that I've been able to get it done. I feel like I'm still improving. The Frenzy program as such is working out really well. I've been able to get some friendlies in with some people like Preston and things like that as well. Friends who are really good. So yeah, it's all coming along really well. Unfortunately though, because of the work, I haven't been able to go to the tournament that I was meant to go to this weekend on my schedule. I planned to go to a tournament this weekend on Sunday, tomorrow, and now I can't. I can't go to that tournament anymore. I have to work. I have to get this video out. If I don't get this video out, I'm going to lose my mind. It just needs to be out. It needs to be out. I can't focus on anything else properly until this video's out. So I need to do that. I'll update you if the video's out and see if I've been able to keep it up, or if the video's eaten me alive and I've missed a whole week of practice and I am... Alright, what's up guys? It's been... I have no idea how many days. I don't know how many days it's been. It feels like all the days have blended together because I've just been stuck here at my desk working on this fucking video for God knows how long, and so therefore my practice has kind of died. I've been able to get a few bits and bobs here and there, but I think the past week or so I've probably only practiced like three times maybe. I managed to go to the local though, so I managed to find the time for that, but yeah, I haven't really practiced much. I've literally been in the edit dungeon for this video that just keeps growing in size. It won't stop growing in size. Hopefully it'll be finished in the next 2 days, and then I'll be free and I'll be done. I've even had a haircut in the time I filmed the last one. I don't know what's going on with it right now. It's a bit weird. It looks a bit gross. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm going to have a meeting with Frenzy today. We're going to do some analysis for like an hour. That's going to be my time that I'm going to be doing for it. But I'm in lock-in mode. I'm in deadline. mode. I haven't got the video out in time, and we're gonna be doing that. And then, yeah, we've got a month until the Arcadian. It's looking dicey. It's looking dicey, that's for sure. Oof. We might be able to do it still. Maybe. I always knew that real life was going to be the biggest obstacle in this video. I don't think I knew just how hard it was going to get, as even after I posted the video, burnout would hit me like a truck that's trying to transport me to another world. So, oh fuck. I posted the video, I got it out. I don't think I've made an update since I posted the video and got it out, but it's been a hell of a time. I'm loving that it's out and done, but the busyness from the reception afterwards and just other life plans. I had my birthday the weekend after, and then I've gone sick this week. I haven't actually been able to have another practice session with Frenzy. It's been too busy to sort it out. Things don't always go as planned, which is typical. That's kind of what I'm doing to this video to kind of prove a point for. So I guess it works. I guess it's a good thing in some way. I have still been able to get some practice in there, which is good. I'm proud of myself for being able to stick to that. I've been able to get the practice done. One big thing was that I managed to take a set off of Ant at my weekly, which is huge for me. I haven't done it before. I've got very close so many times, and I finally managed to take a set, which does wonders for my confidence going into Arcadia and risk it all this weekend, which is on Sunday. Terrifying. I'm also not feeling well. I'm going out the night before, so I'm probably going to be hungover. So it already will just be a litmus test of the worst I could probably perform at a tournament. So yeah, we'll see. Oh, what have I done? I went out with my friends for a delayed birthday celebration, and then travelled with my mate Biss to risk it all. Another mistake, as that was the absolute worst I have ever felt attending a tournament. You could see me napping in the stream, which is something I never do at tournaments. It's kind of weird, and I left as soon as I was out of bracket, which is also something I never do. I like hanging out with my friends. Crazy. My performance was also, once again, nothing to rave about. Dropping to Lima Bean in the Falco matchup, which is really just showing itself to be just a little bit of an issue. So fingers crossed we don't roll it on the day, I guess. Now there was only 2 weeks until the Arcadian, and I've only been able to go over one matchup with Frenzy. It's really not looking good for me, but as I said, I had been keeping up that practice. 5 days a week minimum and getting my shifts in, making sure that practice was just never comfortable and was always stuff that was in my sheet. I definitely did feel like I was improving. So in these last 2 weeks, I really just needed to just give it my all. So I hopped on stream and entered as many net play brackets as I physically could to steel myself for the Arcadian. The brackets would go fine. Really? Close your eyes, honey. I want to punch the microphone, man. That was fucking stupid. Oh my god. Streaming and playing is just really hard. Don't underestimate it. I'm an entertainer at heart, and I just don't have it in me to sit and be silent while I play for chat. So in these tournaments, I failed to achieve top 8, and they're only 1/4 the size of Arcadia. I mean, bright side, it did help me get in that all-important competitive mindset to perform under that pressure and understand what that pressure was making me mess up. I'm just saying I'm playing really dumb and stupid.
Switch to TurboTax. File free in the app by 2/28. All 100% free. Now this is taxes.
With only 1 week to go and one final lesson with Frenzy, he would go over something which I think changed my whole world.
Something like the combo game I don't think is, obviously you're not comboing like Mango, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
what you're doing. Like, I think it's good enough.
Yeah, I'm getting
It's
like
just the main things as these up close. Cool.
I would love to know, actually, can we just run that back real quick? That tilt.
Yeah, sure.
With this percentage, or like a slightly higher, and like backer doesn't send very far when they're ready for it. What other kind of options do I have here? I could shine him maybe, but then I feel like he's still just gonna DI the back air, I guess, again. But I don't know.
I mean, you probably have shine into Shiner B.
Hmm.
You can do weak back air into strong back air as well. That can help. And then say DI zone.
Oh, I didn't know you
like that.
could do that kind of DI thing. That's cool. You can do it on each hit. That's dope. I didn't know you could hit double hit.
You could do, like you said, dash dance, like that.
I wouldn't have thought at the time, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Until has so much shit. I mean, it's not as much as Shine, but it's still a lot.
Yeah, I just thought he would hit the platform or something, but I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I said about the Shine. Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah. This small practice routine would only last for a week, but I think I could implement it. It's fast and it's not complex, but it will make my kill confirms so much better. How did I not realize this up to this point? Why did it take so long for me to realize that I'm ending my... It's stupid. I'm stupid. It's great. It will improve me so much. With only a couple of days left and sign-ups closed, we'd finally be able to see who the big threats were for the tournament through the seeding, which, for those who don't know, is the expected placement of a competitor at a tournament. This tournament would be done using tiered random seeding, which means the TOs would place people into skill groups, and then in that group, you would get a randomized seed. My seed group, 17 to 24, and before randomizing, 22, which was completely fair. Despite all my work leading up to this, I wasn't able to put out any results to potentially get me that easier path to top 8. This was going to need to be the quintessential underdog story.
HBO Max is available on YouTube. Press play on something new.
Your replacement came in early.
Get HBO Max, Paramount Plus, MGM Plus, and more. Find your favorite movies and TV on YouTube.
I would stay at my friend Liam's the night before, where we would do our absolute best to prep for the tournament super hard by not playing Melee at all and just watching Falco combo videos, which really opened up my mind's eye and prepared me for the tournament to come. It's the day of the event, and my friend Haley has actually agreed to record the whole day, even though they weren't competing. So, shoutouts to them for being an absolute legend and recording the event for me. Very, very kind of you. Thank you, Haley. As soon as you stepped foot in the venue, the atmosphere was palpable. The competition today was going to be fierce. So many people thought that they could win this thing. And honestly, the competition seemed so tight. I was ready to just, enjoy my time there. Since I was in the second round of pools, I was excited to just watch my friends in the first wave of pools, seeing all the inevitable upsets go down.
So did you find out where you placed?
Oh yeah, I got second in the end.
You did?
Second? Yeah, I got second.
Nice. It's like that's really good. That's really good.
In fact, I got so caught up in watching my friends pull off all these cool upsets that I completely neglected warming up for pools myself.
Just watching everyone play has been like so much fun, but I'm so tired now. I'm like, oh my god, my throat's dead. And I'm like, have a coffee, play a little bit, and hopefully it goes through.
You've got how much time do you have to rest?
Yeah.
You've got 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
it's nearly 1:30.
I thought it was 2:30 after Wave B starts.
Wave B 1:30 or 2:30. It's 1:30.
I didn't know.
I was the second seed in my pool, meaning I was predicted to make it out. My top seed being Mad for Men, or just Jez as many like to call him. I've never been able to beat Jez in a tournament set before, but if I wanted a better overall seed, and therefore a theoretically better path to top 8, I want to win all of my sets and make it out of this pool in first place. My first few sets against my bottom seeds went pretty well. Clean games, and I was feeling overall good about my play. That was until I went up against Bandana T, a Jigglypuff player, and the 4th seed of my pool. With how much effort I had put into practicing for this video, and how I really wanted to perform well for the video, I knew the biggest issue today was going to be my nerves. So Jigglypuff, it was going to be a tough one, and oh, it got a little dicey. But luckily, I was able to pick up on some habits, and despite dropping a game, I played a clean game 3 and took the set. However, if we're talking characters that can exploit your nerves, my next match was against my 3rd seed, Ship. Someone I've known for actually half of my life. Someone I've travelled up to this tournament with, but also an Ice Climber player. Luckily, one I've never lost to. But I know that he's been taking lessons from Nikki recently and was looking to take me out particularly, and it showed heavily in the first game. Normally I'm able to abuse my approaches against him, but today he was just a lot more threatening on the approach, and more importantly was deadly on the punish. So I lost game 2 pretty badly. Despite this though, game 3 was still very close, and I was on the edge the entire time. I could really feel my nerves getting to me, despite the fact that I had won all of the sets I meant to. So, when it came to finally play my set versus Jez on stream, I could feel that although I know I could win, it might not go how I wanted. And I was right. I played pretty poorly. All of my bad habits came out, and my punish felt non-existent. Most importantly, I was just overthinking everything, and not trusting my own play at all. And I would lose to Jez 2-0. Still, it wouldn't be the end of the world. In the end, I would get out of my pools as I was seeded. However, before we get to the bracket, we had to deal with the next obstacle. Time. Due to the scheduling, Regional Cruise was put in between pools and bracket, meaning it was going to be a few hours before I had to play again. And if I learned anything from tournaments like Valhalla and Risk It All, it was that I needed to be conservative with my energy. I knew that personally, I wouldn't get much out of warming up at this point. And if I play the whole time, I'm just going to be completely burnt out before the bracket even starts. So, what did I do? I found this comfy little corner, put my earphones in, and closed my eyes for 20 minutes. Is this a little strange? Maybe. I wasn't actually asleep, just my eyes were closed, but that visual rest was just really nice. After 20 minutes, I felt recharged and ready to go again.
Cheers to Shayla. I think Content Man's gonna make a run. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Today we're doing level 1 through 100 spicy wings for the big game. Level 1, it's already so hot. Level 2, it's gonna give me heartburn. Somebody pass the Tom. Level 3, level 4. Nothing beats heartburn faster. Tom's chewy bite. Pass the Tom.
So, who did I have in my round 1 of the top 36 bracket? None other than Biss, a Donkey Kong player from my region who had made some killer upsets already today. But he's not just that. Biss is the person who literally taught me Melee. I've known him as well for half of my life. He's also been playing Melee probably longer than I've known him. I don't even know when he started. I'm very confident against Donkey Kong, so I think I can win kind of handily, not to be cocky or anything. However, there is one thing. If he decides to switch to any of his other characters, it could give me a little trouble. But would you lose? Nah, I'd win. For real though, I have beaten them all before. Well, actually, except for one, his Samus. If he pulls that out, I'm probably going to be quaking in my boots. But I haven't seen him play Samus in ages, so I don't think there's any way he'll do it, right? We settled in for game 1 versus his Donkey Kong, and it went as I expected. I just handily beat the monkey. However, I might have done it a little too hard, as after I ban, Biss deselects his character and picks Samus.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
My heart sinks. The fear sets in. My record versus this Samus is grim. But We've practiced a lot. I just need to trust myself that I can handle it. I managed to take a solid lead in Game 2 out of this best of 3, bringing him down to just 1 stock to my 3. However, he instantly takes one back on the respawn. Then, the shaky play starts to set in. I'm so nervous at this point to win and just get this Samus off the screen that I start making some absolutely boneheaded plays and get caught at super low percents. Then, if it isn't bad enough, I lose the last stock to a double laser from the ledge. The one habit I've been trying to knock out of myself that I also just know is terrible in this matchup specifically as well. This sends my mental into the absolute gutter. I'm nervous and I just threw away a winning game. Despite this, Game 3 also actually starts off well, but then I just can't get this Samus off my screen again, and suddenly I'm on my last stock. Then Biss just comes back and it's over. I don't even look at him or Haley, simply shake my head and just walk out the venue. I've not been this devastated in my performance since my first year or two playing the game. After sitting down outside on this bench, I was genuinely I tried to teach my friend Melee.
This is what a normal jump
It's finally time for the long-awaited Uncle Punch guide. First, I'll go through each of the regular modules and talk about their features. Before we begin, if you don't have Uncle Punch, there is a link in the description to a guide on how to download it and set it up. First off is L cancel. You can see on the display that it will tell you exactly when you press the shoulder button and when you fast fall. You can also set a target that will move around the stage as you hit it. This is great for getting your L cancels down in all sorts of different spots and to get used to the timing difference when you're actually hitting a character. Skipping ledge dash for now, next is wave dashing. This display will show you when you're air dodging and also what angle you're wave dashing at. The pause menu will let you turn on a target. This target will help you improve your control over the length of your wave dashes. Next, we will go to combo training. Start off on FD because it's easier. Once you're more comfortable, you can work on a stage with platforms. Don't worry about practicing any long, drawn-out combos right now. New players should be here for one thing and one thing only: kill confirms. The most infamous example being Falcon's very own Stomp Knee. For your chosen character, this should be an easy execution 2 to 3 hit combo. Holding L will let you adjust the CPU to the proper percent for your confirm. Hit pause and turn off Smash DI for now. First, I'll go through each of the regular modules and talk about their features. Before we begin, if you don't have Uncle Punch, there is a link in the description to a guide on how to download it and set it up. First off is L cancel. You can see on the display that it will tell you exactly when you press the shoulder button and when you fast fall. You can also set a target that will move around the stage as you hit it. This is great for getting your L cancels down in all sorts of different spots and to get used to the timing difference when you're actually hitting a character. Skipping ledge dash for now, next is wave dashing. This display will show you when you're air dodging and also what angle you're wave dashing at. The pause menu will let you turn on a target. This target will help you improve your control over the length of your wave dashes. Next, we will go to combo training. Start off on FD because it's easier. Once you're more comfortable, you can work on a stage with platforms. Don't worry about practicing any long, drawn-out combos right now. New players should be here for one thing and one thing only: kill confirms. The most infamous example being Falcon's very own Stomp Knee. For your chosen character, this should be an easy execution 2 to 3 hit combo. Holding L will let you adjust the CPU to the proper percent for your confirm. Hit pause and turn off Smash DI for now. Start with no DI. We're doing this because you need consistency to improve as a new player. Once you get more comfortable, you can add different DIs and eventually Smash DI. Being able to confirm your kills on all your matchups will be huge and let you take games you otherwise would choke and throw away. Now we will circle back to ledge dash training. There are a few things we as new players can work on here. Start by pausing and turning off auto restore. As someone who sucks at ledge dashing, my personal routine is to wave dash back onto ledge stall 5 times, and then attempt to ledge dash. If you're brand new, just practice wave dashing to ledge and ledge stalling. During a game, even just one solid stall can mix up your timing and make you harder to ledge trap. Moving right along to attack on shield, I recommend using this training feature to get used to L canceling on a shield. The timing is similar to hitting an opponent normally, but it can feel different. You can also use it to learn to give yourself maximum frame advantage and avoid getting punished by shielding opponents. If you don't know already, frame advantage is how many frames sooner you can act than your opponent. For example, if I knee right in the middle of my opponent's shield, they have the advantage, but if I knee right at the bottom, I have the advantage. You can also choose what the enemy bot will do after you hit their shield. This can help you with frame trapping. Frame trapping is when you time your attacks so you can hit your opponent before their own counterattack can come out. The first example that comes to my mind are Spaceys punishing shield grabs with their shine. Next is reversal training. Here you can practice crouch cancel punishes and, as Uncle Punch suggests, out of shield punishes. Use the menu to set the NPC to use your desired attack and practice countering it. Wave dash out of shield into grab and dashing out of crouch into grab are great to practice here. SDI, Ledge Tech, Power Shield, Amsa Tech, Wave Shine SDI, Slide Off, and Grab Mash will be omitted from this video because I plan to make a big defense video in the future. That will do it for the main menu. For the mini games, Exercise is great for practicing your L-cancel aerials and seeing how much your movement has improved. Just make sure you don't use the same attack for every egg. In the Spacey Tech section, the Armada Shine training is great for practicing edge guarding against Firefox. Now I will give you a brief rundown on Training Lab. Down on the D-pad will teleport the bot to you. Right on the D-pad will create a save state of your current positions. Left on the D-pad will reset you to the position and percent you were at when you pressed right. The menu has all kinds of options. You don't need anything in the General tab, but feel free to explore it on your own. The CPU option menu is very in-depth. I can't really tell you what to do here exactly, but I can show you what I do to practice tech chasing. I don't touch anything until Smash DI frequency. I don't use it, and I recommend you don't either until you can consistently perform without it, just like the combo training. Trajectory DI you can switch off. You can also manually punch in what way the bot will DI should you choose to. Tech random, get up random, medium grab escape, and shine as the counter, meaning I have to be frame perfect to not get shined. For in the air, I have him up B to practice edge guarding when I throw him off stage. And now you can see the result. Unfortunately, my capability with the record feature is not good enough to teach you how to use it properly, but I will link a video to help with that. This will conclude my Uncle Punch video and my return. Thank you for watching. If I helped you out, please make sure you like and subscribe for more guides.
Tell me why.
You already know how it ends.
Well then, start.
Teman pemain menganggap pergerakan adalah tentang kecepatan. Itulah sebabnya mereka akan hancur saat keadaan menjadi kacau. Hari ini saya tidak mengajarkan pergerakan. Saya mengajarkan kontrol di bawah tekanan. Kecepatan tanpa kontrol hanyalah kepanikan. Saya akan menguraikan metode di balik pergerakan karena presisilah yang sebenarnya memenangkan baku tembak. Saya telah memilih 3 aksi pembunuhan berantai dan saya akan menunjukkan kepada of pro-level movement. Most players think movement is about speed, which is why they fall apart when things get chaotic. Today I'm not teaching movement, I'm teaching control under pressure. Speed without control is just panic. I'm breaking down the method behind the movement because precision is what actually wins gunfights. I've selected 3 killing sprees, and I'm going to show you dozens of pro-level movement decisions inside each one. This is the Escape Artist system. The same ideas that take you from bot level movement to calm, intentional maneuvers in real fights. Before we begin, let's start with the basics. Watch this carefully. This fight is the entire movement strategy in under 10 seconds. This is the bait. I get surprised by an enemy on the roof. I'm close to him, but not close enough to commit because he has a power position. My goal isn't to fight him, it's to disappear from his vision and pull him forward. Force the overreach. As soon as I break line of sight, I move again. This creates the blind, he loses information, and that loss forces a chase. At this point, most players get more aggressive because they're already committed and they want the kill. Finally, the bail. This is where most players ruin their reset. Instead of matching his aggression, I bail right. I'm not running away, I'm resetting the fight on my terms. Timing is everything to achieve this. Now he lands confused, overextended, and late. He thought he was pushing scared prey, but he ran straight into a prepared trap. This movement isn't speed, it's a sequence of decisions to win a gunfight through defensive movement, even when they have first shots and better position. So the number one reason that fast movement fails is the lack of control. And the only way to improve that is to change the number